I used to love to throw parties before COVID. And since COVID, we haven't had many parties, but I did throw a party recently, my first one since COVID, and I went all out. I really threw everything I could into this. Fortunately, most of the people that I wanted to be there were able to come to this party.
Unfortunately, the ones who couldn't come started their own rival party at the same time my party was.
Fortunately, my skill at throwing a party and putting out a theme and making people comfortable is so well established that the other people never got a lot of people to come there. And I felt really proud of the shindig I threw.
Unfortunately, the competing party, with only 2 people at it, by the way, started a Facebook page saying that I was the most proud person in the world and that they were trying to shame me online for my pride.
Fortunately, they forgot to make their Facebook group public, so nobody actually got to see what they said.
Unfortunately, someone told me about it at my very own party.
Fortunately, I have enough pride in my own skill that competition does not bother me.
The end.
Yes, the end.
I am terrible at being the unfortunately girl.
Now that's something to say more about that. Say more about that. That's an insight that we
right.
got.
Some people love being devil's advocate in a meeting or always bringing out the downside of things. I think it's a drag. It feels like such a drag on my energy when I do that. I want to I keep wanting to do things that are going to be fun and uplifting instead of, dragging down the storyline.
Yeah. So we have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to sort of go into that at some point. What is that about? And maybe where else does it show up? And does it impact the real parts of your life at all?
That won't work. I won't do that.
Unfortunately, it might lead you to some some insights. Fortunately, you don't have to do that. Unfortunately, you would lose some things if you don't. Fortunately, you're doing fine anyway. So
this is a game where we have more laughs while we're doing the debrief than when we do the
yeah. The game themselves, is just sort of a starter. It's sort of like the mother in kombucha. Yeah.
And listen, there are some people that really like that negative role and they're really good at it. And gee, put those people in the person who always has to be perpetually positive, and they might feel, oh boy, am I being a Pollyanna here? I'm always saying something upbeat when that's just not realistic. And none of these situations that we're putting ourselves in are realistic at all. I don't have this extraordinary pride about my party going skills. And so.
But you have learned stuff about yourself, and I have learned stuff about myself. In those situations, the question is always, what are you going to do with that, if anything, with that information?